Well, here we are, headed out on camping trip number 3. We're only going about an hour away from home or so. We're going to head up to Myakka River State Park. Going to stay, 3 nights. Fine. Maybe do a little fishing. Excited to get out. Trip number 3 is going to be fun. This is going to be my first trip out not staying on a military base. 60 some odd state parks in the state of Florida that have campgrounds, and of those 60 campgrounds, only 5 or 6 of them have full hookups with water, electric, and sewer. A lot of them will have water and electric, but most of them won't have sewer, and I would rather be hooked up to sewer. I do have the capability for boondocking if I want. I got like 31 gallons of fresh water for a tank, and I got the gray water and black water tanks. I would just rather be hooked to a sewer so I can clean out right there, and then instead of having to go to a dump station. Just a personal preference. I'm sure there'll be opportunities for me to boondock and have to use a dump station, but for now, in the beginning, I'm going to try and stay with campgrounds that have hookups. Interstate for about 15-20 miles today, so that's nice. It's a scorcher out there. I think it was like 106 or 7 heat index a little earlier, and then it poured down rain, which made it even better. I can't wait for some cooler weather, although it's still a long ways off. The one appliance I have not tested in the camper yet is the heater. I just can't find it in myself to crank that thing up. I'll get around to it eventually. I did install a soft start for the AC and tested it out. Everything works well with it. Works really nice with the new Predator generator I got. We'll check back in as we get closer. Benefit of not going too far away from home. Another 10 minutes or so and we'll be there. It's amazing what just 5 or 10 miles off the interstate gets you away from the crowds, away from the hustle and bustle, away from the traffic. All right, I'll check in once I get there. bathroom and shower house. Probably about 20 yards from my campsite. Shower. Another shower. Couple toilets. All in all, it's very clean. So far, Myakka River State Park has not disappointed. Very clean indeed. Little library. Washer, dryer. Through the bushes there is where I'm at. Nice little airstream there. And here we are. Nice little grill over there. It's kind of overgrown. Little fire pit. Beautiful night out. You can hear the locusts, cicadas, whatever you want to call them. Well, good morning, everyone. What a nice night it was here last night. Very peaceful and quiet. Very peaceful even out here right now. If smell-o-vision was a thing, you guys would be smelling a heck of a breakfast going on. Like the whole campground is making breakfast at the same time. See if they're wanting to bite any of this old trusty red shad that I use everywhere else. Out here at Myakka, they may not want it, but we're going to give it a try anyways. Cut one. We're going to try that again. another fishing hole I can't pass by without trying, at least. Don't worry, it's apparent that no fish will be harmed in the making of this video. No fish were harmed. A quick story about Myakka River State Park here. About 25, 26 years ago, my oldest two were born then, not the youngest. We came out here to camp. My oldest and I came out in a vehicle, brought the tent and all the camping gear, and we come out here and we set it all up. And then my wife and my youngest at the time came out a little later, and we walked around and explored and got ready to cook up some dinner on the grill. Then we had a raccoon, got really rambunctious, walked up to our table, grabbed a bag of chips, looked at us as if, what are you gonna do about it? And then ran off with the bag of chips. So that started off well. Then the night goes on, gets time to put the girls down in the tent for bedtime. And my oldest at the time, she said, I need a light in here. And I told her, I said, you don't want a light in that tent. Oh no, I gotta have a light in the tent. So we put a light in the tent with them, and sure enough, all the bugs just started bouncing off the tent like it was lit up like the Christmas time. And the girls started screaming and carrying on and fussing. The whole campground could hear us at the time, I'm certain of it. So I got aggravated. I was much younger, much less patience then. I don't know, maybe I don't have that much patience now either. But loaded everybody up in the vehicle, left the tents up and everything, all of our camping gear, and just headed to the house. And then I came back the next day and broke everything down. Good memories. But anyhow, this is my first time back here in all those years to camp again. Saw that other gator and decided you were in the wrong neighborhood, huh? He looks a little bigger than you. I wouldn't go up there starting trouble with that other one if I was you. I meant, you do you, but I feel like these two gators have probably had a run-in or two. There's one right up here. Can't barely see him. And then there's one here. The one up high seems to be a little smaller. He come down the river just a few minutes ago to this one's territory and immediately turned tail and ran. And then went back to his spot, and then this one started slowly coming up river to this one spot. Well, he's on the move again. We'll see what happens. And I'm just assuming they're boys. I'm just kind of making that up because I got no idea. I'm just using he in the generic sense. They literally make no noise. So now he's coming over to the bank where I am. We'll see what his plans are. My plans do not include him. Out here at Myakka State Park, there's literally probably thousands of them. And I think they've lost all fear of humans, as if they ever had any to begin with. This, people, is why you don't bring your little pets with you to check out the cool wildlife. That thing could be out of your water, or out of the water, and have your little fluffy in its mouth, and before you could notice, Fluffy would just be a snack. And then this one is still up in here hiding. Well, that was a very refreshing 3-day weekend getaway. Myakka State Park is really nice, quiet, comfortable. A little bit to do. You go exploring, hiking, a little fishing, animal watching, just relaxing. It's a good time. Time to head back home and get ready to do the old daily grind again tomorrow. Luckily, it won't be too long. Only a couple weeks before I head back over to Patrick Space Force Base for a nice 4-day weekend around Labor Day. Be a nice little trip, get over there to Cocoa Beach and stuff. I guess the best part about camping and having to head home is, you know, there's another adventure around the corner. Well, that wasn't a horrible trip down the interstate on a Sunday morning. Not too long. Get back to the house, flush out the freshwater tanks, put everything away, go put the camper in storage, and look forward to the next trip.